40 days, folks, but who's counting, right? You know, the fall is about the harvest coming in, football, and campaigns. And it's not about this campaign ending, but looking forward to that date on November 4th to get the work started, because there's a lot of work out there to do. Many challenges out there in Washington, D.C. that you see from here. And you just bang your head against the wall sometimes and you just think it's one big dysfunctional reality show. It's like Hollywood for ugly people out there sometimes. Almost $18 trillion in debt. Washington, D.C. needs to take control of its books once and for all and balance its budgets. We do it in Iowa. We can do it in Washington, D.C. And I'll work doggedly every day to make sure that this nation is on track, its books are on track. I'll be a taxpayer watchdog for you. We do it in Iowa, we can do it in Washington, D.C. The economy in Iowa, we're doing pretty darn good. You can thank leadership here at the state level, but also look in the mirror. In Iowa, we are just wired to work. It's in our DNA. We just get the job done no matter how tough it may be. There's a trust deficit out there in Washington, D.C. I know how to attack it. We need to keep this government accountable. And I'm being attacked for working for Senator Chuck Grassley and really working for Iowa to keep this government accountable. And I'm not going to run away from my experience in understanding what works and what doesn't work and how to penetrate this government and get the job done for Iowans. I will doggedly watch this government. The government's big. It's intrusive. It watches us. I'll watch this government. And this government doesn't create wealth. It consumes it. It consumes our freedoms many times. I'll keep an eye on this government for you. And while my opponents attack me, let me tell you about some contrast between myself and my opponent. I'm for a balanced budget amendment, balancing budgets. My opponent, in a debate, she voted for the largest budget in the state's history that threw us into the hole and had to be bailed out by federal stimulus dollars. Her prescription for getting this economy going is funding more government. My prescription is putting a check on those rules and regs that come down on individuals and businesses every day and tackling that 75,000-page tax code that gives us no certainty. It needs to be permanent so we can make this economy flourish, create jobs for Iowans. Accountability, I want to watch this government. My opponent, she voted against the state accountability office during scandals in the state capitol. And when it comes to terrorism and ISIS, my prescription, the State Department needs to revoke the passports of those self-avowed Americans who affiliate with terrorist organizations. My opponent says they should keep their passports. My opponent said that they should keep their passports. You want somebody in Washington, D.C. who's decisive. You need leadership, and I will lead on these issues. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm passionate about watching this government and auditing it, but I've never met anybody more passionate than Mary Mosman, our state auditor. She's doing a great job, and we need to put her back into office.